Hello to everyone. I am Professor Raja, working as Assistant Professor, EC Department, SNS College of Technology, an autonomous institution, Coimbatore. In this YouTube video, I am going to discuss about 23 ITT 301 microcontroller and embedded system subject under the topic IoT application using Arduino and Raspberry Pi. With Internet of Things and cloud services, data logging has reached a new era. The data are typically stored in the cloud using traditional SQL databases or more modern systems like NoSQL databases or different IoT cloud services like ThinkSpeak, Mongo database, Atlas, etc. We will use Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is popular to use in different IoT applications. We will primarily use Python but also use MATLAB as the programming language. So these are the important applications of IoT. That is, IoT can be used in process industry, computers and devices, cars and vehicles, artificial intelligence, smart automation in people crowded area, home automation, data security, smartphones and IT sector. All these areas can be connected using the internet. That is why it is called as Internet of Things. So there are some areas where Internet of Things also used in relevant topics. That is data logging and monitoring in industry, sensor technology for taking an analog input and performing in a digital output platform, machine learning, then cyber security, Internet of Things in industrial area where Industry 4.0, cloud computing domain and a database system domain. So now we will see the Raspberry Pi comparison with the Arduino. Raspberry Pi is a microcomputer where Arduino is a microcontroller. Raspberry Pi is a ordinary operating system, whereas Arduino has a bootloader and not an ordinary operating system. You can connect USB devices, keyboard, mouses, monitors using Raspberry Pi, whereas Arduino is not a computer, only a small controller whose purpose is to control things. Raspberry Pi has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and Ethernet connections. There is no Bluetooth, Wi-Fi connection that can be provided in Arduino. Raspberry Pi has basically all the features of an ordinary computer as built in a much smaller package, whereas Arduino has a very little RAM. Raspberry Pi are available in 4, 8 and 16 GB of high data RAM, whereas Arduino only consists of a very small amount of RAM. And Raspberry Pi runs on Linux application, whereas Arduino is inexpensive compared to operating both operating systems, that is Windows and Linux operating system. Both have digital pins, both have serial port interface and I2C connection. Arduino has an analog input pins. So this is the example of how this Arduino can be connected using an analog signal, digital signal, and the output obtained and seen at the software based application hardware divider or driver. The digital data acquisition and IoT sensors. Data acquisition and sensors are needed and used in all IoT applications. Data acquisition is the process of getting data from the sensors into your software. Here we will see some popular IoT sensors that are being used. First, IoT sensors are common in many flavors. That below are some of IoT sensors are presented that can be programmed with Python. For example, TMP36 as a temperature sensor, thermistor 10K, TC74, VME280 and THT11-22. So digital interfaces. Raspberry Pi has only digital pins. To connect and use digital sensors, we typically need to use one or more these digital interfaces like SP interface, I2C interface and one-wire interface. Next is the SPI, that is serial peripheral interface. SPI is an interface to communicate with different types of electronic components like sensors, analog to digital converters, etc. that support the SPI interface. Thousands of different components and sensors support the SPI interface. Analog temperature sensor. This is the model of TMP36 temperature sensor, and it will connected through Raspberry pin through a ADC. So this is the example of how an MCP3002, a 10-bit digital to analog to digital converter are used. Next, TC74 temperature sensor. This is the model of TC74 sensor. The TC74 sensor acquires and converts temperature information from its onboard solid-state sensor with a resolution of plus or minus 1 degree centigrade. It stores the data in an integral register, which is then read through the serial port. The system interface is a slave SM bus or I2C port through which the temperature data can be read at any time. This is the BME280. BME280 is a digital humidity, pressure and temperature sensor manufactured from Bosch. The sensor provides both SPI and I2C interface. Adafruit, Grove Seed, SparkFun, etc. have breakout boards for easy connection to Arduino and a Raspberry Pi. So this is the example of how the home automation is done using a Raspberry Pi board. This is the example of how a room automation is controlled by using a Arduino board. So in this YouTube video, I discussed what is meant by IoT and some important applications of IoT, the comparison between Arduino and a Raspberry Pi, and I also discussed various sensors that are used in analog and digital sensor module that are used for home automation and industry automation. Thank you for watching my video. Another YouTube video, I will bring a new topic for discussion. Thank you once again.